Guys, this is Panda, and I'm kind of back with the same type of video of my trading challenge. This is day 2 of my trading challenge. I kind of want and plus my market analysis coming from the weekend to next week, so basically Monday and anytime between the next couple of days. So I kind of want to just kind of start off with day 2. I just want to combine this all in one video so you guys don't have to keep on clicking more videos. It's just all combined in one list. So kind of just going to what I had traded for day 2 of my challenge. So my day 2, I had two current positions, which is JNUG and Apron. Apron was at 4.16. I still had those two shares because it wasn't just high enough that I could make a profit. It was just fluctuating, and I just didn't want to sell yet. And then Apron was still stuck at its low bottoming point, which I'll just talk about in a little bit. And I still have that at a 13.28, and I still have one share of that. So the three new positions that I acquired that day or is X4, and that I got for 7.35, and I got that for one share. I sold that for 8.32 later on in the day and got 0.97. I saw that there was a good time to buy before it goes down to the point that it might stay for that for a while. That I could not buy, that I could not make a profit again. But obviously, did go a little higher that day. It probably went around 10 cents, a little higher. So I felt good about my trade. I made about a little under $1, but I still got some profit in that. So then the next thing I got was JDSD. JDST is the inverse of JNUG. So if JNUG does well, JDST will do worse, and if JDST does better, then JNUG will do worse. So in a way, I'm still getting profit from either one of those. So it's like an inverse of profit right there. So I kind of got one share of that for $4.56. I sold that later on throughout the day at 5.18. It did go a little higher, but I was worried because it was sitting at a standstill, and at that point I was kind of looking at quick profits. I was kind of being a little impatient. But then I saw JNUG fall down a little bit more. He was doing pretty well that day too. So Friday, he was doing pretty well. He was staying at a constant 4.3 kind of, and it's staying in the 4 range. It wasn't going too high or going too low. So I'm like, okay, I might look at getting it. So when it goes on for the next week, which is the upcoming Monday and the days following along that I might be good to go. So I kind of bought two shares at 3.55. So I felt like that was a good position when it went down. So when it does go up, I can make a big profit. So kind of that was what I kind of made. So I kind of had a total profit here. If I look at 0.97 plus 0.62 right here real quick of a $1.59. So I made a total profit of $1.59 with the that adding on to my entire return. And my return was of right here 7.35. So I had a total return 8.32 plus 5.18 of $13.05. But then I did have my profit of the 0.97, 0.62, so that goes into that. So for my account, because I am a miner, if you guys didn't know that, is that I do have, it takes a couple of days before I get the funds into my account. So when we go into my Thinkorswim account, we will not see the profits. The only profits that we'll see is from our day 1 of JNUG and Apron, I believe. And I kind of just did a lot of spending that day of X4 JDST to get those, and I went down to $1, and I'm back at $10. So that was kind of my day 2 kind of overview, if you guys could say. So I kind of want to cut that short. It's pretty straightforward. I kind of want to look at the positions on my watch list for tomorrow, and I might add some more watch lists. Add some more onto my watch list if you guys want to comment down below if you guys are interested. So the first one is AMRX. We can go to actually we'll go to our current positions. So our current position is Apron. So there was actually some good news that came out. I believe Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday. That was since that their Blue Apron, as you guys can see on my screen, is Blue Apron is increasing capacity and hiring workers to meet COVID-19 related aspects. So I believe that since there's gonna be increased quantity and more staffing and more people, that what you can say that I feel like the price of the stock will go higher. So there's a while back, a couple of days ago, probably like Wednesday or Tuesday, it was kind of at like a $28. So I'm guessing that since this is an increase, that there's going to be increase of hiring capacity and hiring workers. I feel like that the stock price might go up to $28 to $30. That's just my assumption for now. And then to kind of sophisticate my assumption even farther and kind of secure that is from article from CNET. A lot of companies have been talking about these blue service areas, and one particular was obviously Blue Apron. Blue Apron is the most talked about because it gives the most nutritious foods and the best foods that you can find. And this is obviously, you guys can see on my screen right here, the best meal kit delivery deals right now. So that's kind of it right there. So then, kind of that's kind of what I'm looking at. As you guys can see, if you guys are going looking at the VWAP, it's kind of on the lower band of the VWAP. You can kind of see that it kind of had a reversal up here, and then it kind of went down to passing the VWAP right here, and then it's kind of going up. If you guys are looking at my cursor, and then it's just staying around here, and then you can see right about here, it's gonna start picking up against the along the middle part of the VWAP here. Sorry for that. Along a little bit along the middle part of the VWAP. So I'm kind of thinking that there's going to be a reversal this next week, hopefully. So that's kind of what I'm at for the apron. The next one is JNUG. So we can kind of pull up JNUG right here. You can kind of see it's along the VWAP all along here. It's just on the lower band of it. It hasn't really moved. This is kind of a closely looking one. So I'm kind of, if I even pull, obviously I know we went over this on the day one that it does do well in the later days. I kind of think that it will go up. We can kind of see right here. It is bringing up a little bit more than it was the last couple hours of Sunday. And if I do look back on the other days, it does go back up. So it does start sloping down at a high of 5.18. But I feel like it will go up definitely, but to a point that I can make a profit, maybe $1 or two in total. So that's what I'm at with my current positions. So now going on to the positions that we have. So the first one is AMRX, second is MYL, GNMK, PEN, TSE, DAL, and UAL. So the first one is AMRX. If you kind of look at AMRX, I kind of chose this one because it's a pharmaceutical, obviously, and kind of, as you can see, it's kind of on the upper band of the VWAP. It's at a high of 4.33 today, and then you can see it kind of lowers down to 3.6. It kind of just sits down in the lower band under the VWAP right here in this lower band of the yellow region, and then you can see it starts popping back up. But then it does hit a reversal where it starts going down. So I feel like it will go down a little, and to the point that we can see a reversal back up later on in Monday. But that's very uncertain. So I feel like I could have a little bit of kind of a smaller profit in that region, maybe 50 cents or somewhere around that. But it won't. I feel like it won't be that big compared to the rest of these. So the next one is MYL. Looking at MYL here. We can also look at I'll go over the rest of them in a second, but looking at MYL, it's kind of obviously against the lower band, and that's strong in the MACD too. Kind of looking at it, it's just going up, and then it does hit the resistance band of the VWAP, and then it does go down to the lower band, passing the middle range. So you can kind of see this, but then you can see it's coming back. It's kind of having a reversal here too. You can kind of see right here, in this part where it says low, it is pushing back up. It's having a reversal, so I'm guessing I feel like I have an assumption that it will probably hit around the middle part of this VWAP right here where I'm kind of highlighting VWAP, and so I feel like it kind of will do that. So I feel like we can make a decent amount of profit, but first I obviously don't have enough funds. I'm waiting for, I believe, tomorrow to see the amount of money I can see that I will get back. I think it's 2 to 3 days for each. So the next is GNMK. Look at GNMK. It is also along the bottom. This is also another pharmaceutical company. As more cases of coronavirus come, there's gonna be a lot more testing. So I feel like all these pharmaceuticals will go up. I just don't. I feel like I'm kind of explaining the same thing here. Just looking at kind of like my bottom band of the VWAP, you can kind of see at this kind of highlighted area that it is kind of going back up. So I feel like we can see a reversal here and see it having a better profit, maybe around $7. I'm guessing $7 to $8. So that's probably where I'm at for now on that. We can kind of go back to the chart right here. Pen is next. Pen, Again, I have to wait for profits, but all right. You can see today it had a high of 11.85. That's kind of been where it's at recently. It's a national gaming kind of company, so a lot more esports is happening right now. So I feel like this is a good investment to make for me. I can see that it did have a bounce. It did have a reversal. Sorry. Along the VWAP line, and it's just going down and down. But then it did bounce up a little and kind of had a constant with the bottom yellow margin line. So that's what I'm looking at, and even looking at MACD, you can see it's kind of just all over here. Kind of if we're looking at the gains, you, you can kind of see that it is having a big difference here, kind of at the bottom, kind of at the top. It's really fluctuating. It's kind of having it had more of a red day, I kind of say, but yeah, that's kind of it. But really looking at what it's looking at right now, it's kind of looking. You can kind of see right here where my cursor is. It kind of looks like it's kind of sorry for that again, um kind of passing up. It's probably gonna split right here, and it's kind of gonna possibly go up and kind of make a profit here, I'm guessing. So this is probably something I'll push into tomorrow too. This is probably gonna be one of the bigger things I'm gonna push into, kind of looking at it. If it's at a 7.89, I can see a profit coming out of this too. Next is TSE. It's at $17.94. So obviously I have to look at the funds coming in tomorrow. It was at a high of 20.09. It's at a low. It had a reversal almost up at the top region of the band, and then it's passing the VWAP, and then it's kind of going down at the lower band here at the yellow band, and then it has a bounce, but it didn't have enough. But then it starts bounce, and then the yellow band also did go down to as low as 17.02, and then it did have a reversal. It did bounce from here, and it's starting to go up. So this is at a 17.94. I'm guessing, looking at the curve right here, actually, you can see how it just leverages down. I feel like this will go down a little to make maybe a buy in for the next couple of days throughout the week to make a profit, but I feel like it won't go too high this upcoming Monday. But I feel like this would be a good one to look at throughout the week. Um, so kind of looking at the MACD here, you can kind of see it's kind of going up. So because this is Sunday, it's kind of pushing through. I'm kind of making an analysis of what it's going to look like from Sunday to Monday, and I kind of I kind of went and researched this in the past couple of days too. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. So you can kind of see, even look at the MACD, you can see the exponential line just kind of going up here, passing through, intersecting, and then it's intersecting again where you probably should have, if anyone was looking at Sunday today, probably should have sold, but then it's kind of going back down. So I'm guessing it's going to go back down, probably hit somewhere around here where my cursor is, maybe even go a little past down here, and then I'm guessing it's going to bounce back up. So this is something to look at, I feel like, throughout the week. The next one are two airline companies. Delta is the first one, and the next one is United Airlines. Two good companies to look at. So the high today was 26.85. You can see it's a low of 21.16. You can kind of see right here, if you kind of zoom in, it did hit the part of the upper band, but then it stayed fairly low against the bands. You can kind of see it did go, the exponential part of the MACD did go up, but then it did go down, and then it kind of bounced up. I feel like it's going to stay in this region because of what coronavirus is in holding today at this point in time, because right now at this point in time, coronavirus is kind of at a upper level where I could say this. So United States has closed all their borders, so no one will be coming in and out. So Delta is kind of at a stop hold right now. A lot of the European countries are being strongly affected too. Sorry for that. So a lot of the European countries are being strongly affected. So is China. So I can actually, if we want, I can look up a real-time data of coronavirus or COVID-19. So let's see. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to load. But for now, I feel like that more borders are going to be closing. So United States has already closed off all its borders. China is being affected again greatly. We're coming up to a high point in COVID-19 cases, and so is Europe. So Europe and the United States and China are the biggest factors, and that's where a lot of planes will be moving in and out. Asia is so big, so I feel like that most of the borders are going to start to close in the next couple of weeks, just really not letting anyone come in. So I feel like Delta would be something to look into for a long-term investment too. So kind of buying down, because I know it's going to have a reversal right here. If you want to look at a short term, I feel like it could go to like 22, 23, maybe even 24, right on the VWAP right here. But I feel like this would be a better long-term investment, because right now it started at 25, but we can, even if we look up a kind of look at this. If you look at the past 5 days, um, you can see it's at $34, but then you can see it just plummets down after all the borders started closing. So then I feel like if you even look at a 1 month scale, you can see it's at $50 in the beginning of February. So kind of look at this as a long-term investment too, and it's the same for United Airlines too. So these are possibly going to be my 2 long-term investments, which I'll put in once I get a little bit more money in. And then you can see it just goes at a high of 30, and then it just starts going down along the VWAP. I feel like it's just going to stay along the VWAP right here. You can kind of see it's just at the line right here. You can kind of see it's going down. You can kind of see that at the exponential part of the MACD, it crosses, and then boom, it just shuts down. It might go up a little bit, because I believe that United Airlines did ask for some type of compensation, in a way that they could fly people or something like that. So I'm guessing they might go up, but I highly doubt it will go up to a point that you want to make a lot of profit. So I feel like these are going to be our 2 most profitable stock companies that we can kind of look at for a long-term investment in the next couple months. I'm guessing that something's going to happen in the next couple months where so more COVID-19 cases might go down, because we obviously are testing right in the testing phase right now for looking for a cure. So that's kind of what I have for my market watch, kind of for my watch list at this moment. So if you guys have any others to kind of add on to my watch list, I greatly appreciate it. So please just comment that down below, and give me any more feedback. I looked at the last video's comments, and I had a lot of feedback, which I kind of changed by adding MACDs and my VWAPs on this account, and kind of filling my solid blanks, looking at market indicators and stuff like that. So I'm kind of looking into that. And if I also have another question for anyone. So if anyone uses OBS, I was trying to record today, and it just wasn't showing my voice. So if anyone could kind of put that out too, that would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, this is kind of what I have right now. I'll put up a live stream tomorrow morning, most likely, to kind of look at my entire day trading session, and you guys can hop in and just give me suggestions and trade with me too. So until then, that's been me, and peace out, guys.